My chimney sweep has arrived. Today, it's just a quick chimney sweeping day, and we have a damper on our chimney in the basement. We have like a draft control door, and we keep it very low airflow, so then you start getting a little bit of creosote built up. If you're going to have one of these hot blast furnaces, you've got to have the ability to be able to clean your chimney out. Now, if we gave it more airflow with our size house, it ends up getting way too hot. And with the air turned down quite low, we stay comfortably between 70 to 74 degrees being on the higher end. It usually stays right at about 70. We can load it up at night, and generally it's got hot coals enough in the morning that we can add more firewood and have it catch easy. He unfastens his turnbuckles, turns it sideways, takes off his little squirrel cap there, and that was just some scrap metal that we bent to specs to fit the chimney flues. He's been keeping the chimney brush right up there, and then because it's a double, we've got 2 clean out doors in the basement, so we'll go down there and see how much soot and creosote we got down there. So besides the chimney clean out, you have to always make sure you're cleaning and maintaining your stove. And in our case, it says hot blast wood furnace. Some people refer to them as an add-on. It's actually will work on its own without the furnace itself. Back here we have a geothermal, or they call it a water furnace. We haven't used it at all during the 2021-22 winter season. We went to completely using this and added on the hot water heater. That's what these copper pipes are here. There's another video on that. So you can see we've got this shiny black coating. That's creosote from having it on low temperature. So we've already gone through the shaker grates, cleaned out all the ash. We have it loaded and ready for the fire now. Now, if we don't run this, we're not having hot water in the house, which, you know, a little bit of hot water for dishes, it stays hot for a long time, even once this is out. So we can manage or boil a pot of water if we need it. So this is our clean out pan. Now, in the thorough cleaning, you need to know, and I've got this big angled tool, you get right down in here, go all the way to the back. If this pan starts feeling like it's not sliding back, it's likely packed in with ash from above behind. So if you don't get this shoved in all the way, you start losing inches, and you know, some of it just naturally kind of falls behind it anyway. So I use this angled tool that we have. We have just like a regular chimney and fireplace cleaning shovel and a hard whisk broom, you know, not made of plastic. And I never do any of this when it's hot. We do clean out just the ash pan and give it a good shake every morning. So today's fire, it's going to be getting down cold after several days of warm. We had, 70s, 80s. Today was only about 50. We were comfortable, but because the chimney's been cleaned out, you want to make sure and do your maintenance on your hot blast furnace as well. So let's go over to the chimney clean out and show you how much ash we actually got down from brushing out the chimney with my little chimney sweep guy. So right here, it's probably about like 2 cups of ashes that came out of that bottom section just from that clean out. And this is just a utility basement. We have all our pantry canning stuff and whatever. It's nothing to show. We don't live down here. So our door here, he had it open and some soot got down on the bottom. So this is what I mean by our little, just a basic shovel and a whisk broom. You can pick these up at the dollar store. I don't even remember buying this. I think somebody may have left it behind. So I'm going to grab a flashlight to show you how much we actually got or get it scooped here into the bucket. So added to my ash from the bottom drawer, this is probably, 4 cups of soot and creosote that he knocked down. It is a little bit of a messy job, no big deal. I'm painting and doing stuff around the house anyway. So this is really great for the garden areas. We'll spread that outside. So keeping in mind about chimney clean out, your firebox clean out, everything maintenance wise, has it been worth it for us to add this? Because you either have to buy or go to the woods and cut firewood. We have a lot of acres of firewood. I think it's about 30 acres, maybe 40. I forget. A lot of down trees over the years that are leaning against something else. Some of them, are beyond like usage. Outdoor wood boilers are really good for that wood that is laying down and is already kind of rotted or even green, because you're not getting the creosote buildup in your chimney, so it's a lot safer to be able to do it that way. There's some channels that my husband watches that they are, week to week having to go out and cut trees and bring them back, and it doesn't matter because, creosote, it's outside. So what we've got here, the water system, has been so worth it for us. I've always been a proponent of line drying, and just to show you a pan over, we've got some storage area over there for coats, and then we decided to add 4 small lines. Whatever the length of clothesline was available, we just used it all up and dropped it down from the floor joist to be able to use that as our primary drying whenever it's wintertime or bad weather. And then we do outside drying with 5 lines whenever possible. Now there are some days that we do have to finish the drying on the dryer on either low heat or medium heat, and the kids really don't like scratchy clothes. So I had been using vinegar as a water softener or fabric softener, and it really wasn't doing enough softening for them, especially the indoor drying in the winter months. So we did start buying, a dye-free, clear, unscented fabric softener for them, and it is helping. They like me to run it on no heat and just air fluff their clothes a bit. So they're kind of spoiled that way. Now, if I was time on my hands, I could run the ironing board, but then you're using electricity and spending a lot of time standing there. Not doing my favorite thing. So the water heater usage has gone way down for switching the washing machine only to cold wash. We use powder detergent mostly and homemade detergent. So it tends to dissolve a little bit better with warm water, but it's sitting in the tank and it mixes, and it doesn't have to be washed in warm. It doesn't have to be washed in hot. We're farmers and we're homeschooled, and, we're not in an office where we're having to have dry cleaned, super clean. I paint. It's all over my clothes anyway. So the clothes are clean. So that is the main thing. We're maintaining, we're keeping clean. We are saving a ton of money. That being said, my KitchenAid dishwasher runs for 3 hours. And when we got it, energy guide savings and this and that. But when you actually push start on a normal cycle, heated dry, it's 3 hours. And, you could start it before you go to bed, wake up in the middle of the night, and it's still like in its drying cycle. So I'm not a fan of letting things run when you're either not home, because there can be a failure and you don't know, house fires or, plumbing outages. We don't need any sprung pipes or, connections anywhere and coming home and having water spraying. So we try not to do that. We have been switching to hand washing because honestly, it's kind of peaceful to just be standing there in the morning, washing the dishes and getting it done. And honestly, it's getting a lot cleaner doing it by hand. So kind of thinking about pulling out that KitchenAid dishwasher and adding like a mini fridge to that section. I've heard of people putting in like wine fridges and whatever and use it as a secondary snack fridge for the kids, because they're in the fridge every 2 minutes and you could just kind of migrate a lot of things to there. Yogurts and cheese and whatever else. Have it just be a little dairy fridge. So I'm thinking about it. And it's a lot cheaper than buying a new dishwasher. So maybe I'll sell off that dishwasher, use it in one of the rental houses if something comes up. But I'm going to show you some screenshots of what's been going on with our electric bill. Now, the total worth of it, our bill has been running $95. I think it was about $100 or $98. Last month, we got it down so low, the electric company actually called us and wanted to alert us that we may be having a problem in our house somewhere because our power usage had gone down so low. So that was a huge pat on the back to him and to me that we got that call, because that means we're doing things right. And for the first time ever, I mean, we were paying $230 to $260 a month this time of year forever. And unless I hit the clothesline super hard, the lowest we'd gotten our bill down to was $130 in about June. I think before we had started using the geothermal air conditioning. We stopped using sleep aids. We like to sleep with the whole house fan on just for some kind of white noise. And, that was a nonstop running. And sometimes we would forget to turn it off in the morning. So, you bend and twist and, cut corners wherever you can. And with groceries and gas being high, you can save on your energy costs. So yes, it's been worth it to us. We like having it. So if you can do the maintenance, I'd say it's definitely worth it. And in the long run, we'll keep using this. We've taught the kids how to run it, how to fill it. Trey, he's 11. He's going to be 12 next month. He's a real man about this. He wants to be the guy to do it. He doesn't want me to come down and check the fire at night to make sure that there's going to be enough heat till morning. He wants to be the guy to fill it. So, as long as everything's being done safely and it's being done supervised, everyone in the house should know how to do it, because if somebody gets home late, starting it over from scratch takes a little more work. Then, keeping it maintained and keeping some hot coals in there to keep things going. So if you can do it, do it. It's great. So that's my homesteading tip. Clean out your chimney, maintain your stuff, and keep it all going on a cheap dime, because, it kind of helps this lifestyle to be here instead of being out at a job earning money to pass it off to the electric company. So thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.